I'm an American living in the UK. Do I have to have a will in both countries? This is a really, really common question, which I think a lot of people assume the answer is yes. And the answer, in fact, is maybe. It's the traditional lawyer's refrain. So if you are living in the UK and you have assets in both countries, then the factor that's going to determine whether you want to have one will or multiple wills is going to really be a question of how you balance the competing factors of what has to happen at your death, complexity, cost, inconvenience to the family, tax efficiency, and so on. There is no hard and fast rule. The way I tend to describe it to people is think about what the point of a will is. The point of a will is to describe to the world, these are the people who are responsible for looking after my wealth, my executors, we would usually call them. And these are the people who are benefiting from my estate, the beneficiaries. They might be the same people, they might be different people. Now put yourself in the shoes of a custodian, like a bank, who's been approached by someone to say, I act on behalf of this estate, I am an executor, I want access to these assets. How do you as the custodian know that the person who's confronting you or approached you is validly appointed as the person that they say they are? You'd like there to be some sort of regulated process to determine that this person is in fact the right person and you can rely on that process. That process is what we refer to as the probate process. In the US and the UK, when someone dies, you submit their will to the courts. That probate process results in what is usually referred to as a grant of probate. And a grant of probate is the document that tells everyone this person or these people are the executors and we, the courts, have adjudicated that the will in question is the last will and a valid will, and therefore you can rely on this document to deal with this person on a normal basis. Now, that's fine in the UK. If we have a UK will, we submit a UK will to the UK courts, you get a UK grant of probate, and you can approach a UK bank. That's all quite straightforward. However, if we have US assets and we take that same UK will and we try and take it to a grant of probate in the UK, and we then try and take the grant of probate to the US, many US custodians are going to look at that UK grant of probate and say, we don't recognize this document. We don't know what this document is. We're used to dealing with US grants of probate. And so what you have to do is, broadly speaking, reprobate the estate, reprobate the UK will in the US to result in a US grant of probate.